Morning. I hope you guys are doing well. It's good to see you again. Today for video, we're going to do another math activity with playing cards. I've got my Snoopy cards here that Miss Macy gave me. And what you want to do is you're just going to find one 10 card and you're just going to put that down on your table so you can see the 10. Then you need to get the other cards and put them in a little pile. All the other cards, except for you want to make sure you take out the Jack, the Queen, and the King. We're not going to need the K, the Q, and the J ones. So you don't need those. Just the other ones with numbers. Now these cards I'm going to put face down so I can't see what's coming next. So I've got, on my table, I've got my 10 card and my pile of other cards. And then on my whiteboard, I wrote 10 plus something equals something. And today we're going to practice our teen numbers. Teen numbers are 10 and some more. So let's say I pick a 2. So now I've got a 10 and a 2. I'm going to write that on my board. 10 plus 2. Now, how can I figure this out? There's a lot of strategies that we can use. Sometimes we could use our fingers. So we know that we already have 10, so we don't need to count up 10 fingers. We can just count on. So if we know we already have 10, then we can just count up from 10. So 11, 12. We had 10 and 2 more. So now we know that's 12. So I'm going to write my answer on my board. 10 plus 2 equals 12. Let's do another one. I'm going to erase my answers and pick a new card. This time I picked 3. So I've got 10 plus 3. So I'm going to write that on my board. Now, I could use my fingers to count up from 10 to figure out what 10 plus 3 is. Or I could also use something else. Like maybe you have Honey Nut Cheerios. You could count with those. Maybe you have pennies. Maybe you have beads. Anything little that you want to use to count up from 10, you can do. At school, we would use cubes a lot, but you probably don't have cubes at home, so you have to be creative and think of something else you could use. So you could also make a 10 frame. So if I made a 10 frame here, and I filled it in like this, there's my 10 frame. Now if I'm adding 3 more, I have to make another 10 frame and fill in those spots. So then I could count up like this. 10, 11, 12, 13. So I know my answer is 13. One group of 10 and 3 ones, or 3 more. All right, let's do another one. This time I picked a 1, and ace means 1. So I have 10 and 1 more. So I'm going to write 10 plus 1 on my board. And then if I want to, I can keep using my 10 frame. I have 10, 1 more, counting up is 11. I don't have to count every dot because I know this is already 10. So 10 plus 1 more equals 11. All right, let's do one more. This time, I picked 4, 10, 4. Now, on my Snoopy cards, I don't have 10 pictures. I don't have 10 little shapes. But on most playing cards, you have 10 shapes. And then on this card, you would have 4 shapes. So that's another thing you can do to add up. You could count the shapes on the card. So we have 10 on this one. And then we would count 11, 12, 13, 14. Because most cards are going to have 4 more shapes here in the middle. So 10 plus 4 is 14. So I wrote it on my board. There's my number sentence. All right, so grab your cards. Remember to take your 10 out and just set it here by itself. Get another group of cards here. Make sure you take out the K, the Q, and the J, the King, the Queen, and the Jack, because we don't need those. And then use your cards to make team numbers 10 plus some more. I hope you guys have fun. Bye. See you soon.